Welcome to Storytime with Tim. Got the old trusty banjo out today. I don't really know how to play it yet, but I'm going to work on it. I do play guitar. Anyway, I decided on telling my story about my trip to Apple Blossom. I think it was like 1970, 71. Actually, I think it was 69. I think it was a year before I got out of high school. Anyway, we all got together and decided we were going to go to Apple Blossom over in Wenatchee. So I said, who's driving? Well, of course, nobody wanted to drive, and my car was in the shop or whatever. I finally found somebody that would give me a ride over there. So, all I had was myself. I didn't have nothing to sleep with, nothing. I just took off and went. And so we all got over there, and a beautiful sunny day in Wenatchee, and the place was just jammed with people. A lot of people there. So we met in the park, some of us that knew each other, and from there everybody kind of went their separate ways. And some of them went up to some park up in the hills, and I eventually went up there one day to check it out, but I didn't stay up there. And then so I basically stayed in town that whole day. And then it started getting dark, and it was kind of like Colby, everybody was kind of cruising, and car would stop, and people would run across the street, and then once there was a good amount of space, people would light up their tires and race up to the car in front of them. So all of a sudden I heard this commotion, and I was talking to this guy that I didn't know, and we heard this all the screaming and stuff. So we went running over there, and this guy got hit, and his girlfriend was screaming and stuff, and I went, what the heck, And I said, you okay? And he says, it's my leg, and I looked down at his leg, and it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was obviously broke. I don't want to go into details on it, but yeah, it was broke. And so, all of a sudden the cops came, we all split, and so we knew he'd be taken care of and all that. So it started raining, and it was like, oh my gosh, I don't have a car, I don't have a place to stay. Where the heck am I going to go, So, all my friends had split, and they had rides with other people, and I wasn't smart enough to, try to get a ride with them before they all left. So I'm looking around, man, it's really starting to rain, and so I saw this Goodwill box, and in front of a Safeway or whatever store it was over there at the time, and I looked in there, and I went, well, hell, there's clothes and stuff in there. That looks like a good place to sleep. And so I crawled in there, and nice and warm, out of the rain, and there was lightning and thundering going on and all that. So I went to sleep, and then all of a sudden I got woke up by this flashlight pointing in at me. I don't know how long I've been out. And it was a cop. And the cop says, hey, what are you doing in here? He said, come with me. And so he loaded me in his car, and he took me down to the police station, and I was half lit. It wasn't too good a shape. So he put me in the drunk tank. And he said, you'll be in here overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to get you guys out of town. All right? So I said, okay. So anyway, and it stunk, and everybody in there was all blasted out of their shape. And anyway, so I went, the next morning, in comes this gal with this big old food tray. And is like, oh man, pancakes and eggs and bacon and, oh man, I'm like, wow, this is great, except for being in jail. So we got done eating, and this guard came in and said, hey, guys, load up. We got a truck out here. It was actually a van. Put us in the van, took us up to the west side, entrance to Wenatchee, and took us up there by the freeway and said, out. He said, we don't want to see you in this town again. And he just, get out of here. Hitchhike or whatever you got to do. Just get out of here. And call friends or family. So he just let us out in the middle of freaking nowhere. So we went to, I walked all the way to a place called Tiny's. And finally got on the phone, called my parents or whoever, and they, some friend of mine came out and picked me up and took me home finally. But man, what an experience that was. Jeez. Anyway, that's my story for today. Hey, next week, I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to tell a ghost story. I'd like to do it at night with the campfire going. So we'll see how that goes. I do have a fire pit, so if not, it'll be in here. Maybe make it a little more spooky looking in here.